Ladies and gentlemen, it's Titoclock. So please welcome your host, James Deacon.
Live from Makati City, the most beautiful city on earth. It's Titoclock, baby. What's up, yo, everybody? Woohoo! That's it. We are live, and we have got a jam-packed show for you today. I'm Tita James. I got X, Y, Z, and a little furry one over here till 6 p.m. tonight. I tell you what, this one is like so packed. Like literally, if this was a buy-and box, yeah, you'd have to pay overweight, right? Because that's what we've done. We just jam-packed it. Like we've got, I think, something like 10 raffles today. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We've also got, of course, the same, we've got two guests today. Not just one, but two. We got Mark Tagle from Bridgestone. We got Atsushi Najima-san from Nissan. And, of course, we got the latest in news and all that happening in just a little second. But first, let's start off on the right note, everybody, and let's make sure we greet the Titoclockers out there, because this is the whole reason why we show up every day or every Friday. So big hi and hello to Joanne Go. We got Patrick Alcantara, Francis Paul Dizon. We got Edward Sambaan. We've got Jay Carbonell. What's up, yo? We've got Rachel Bautista. We've got Beng Eswar, CJ. We've got Nina, Josie, Giancarlo, Laser, Eduardo, Melanie. Whoa! Basically got quorum again. Yeah, just checking. We're ready to roll. We are going to be, like I said, all the way through till 6 p.m. tonight, and we've also got okay, my music okay now? All right, perfect. It's never ending, is it? One day we'll get somebody on this machine over here, and I won't have to worry about it and drive you insane with it. But for the meantime, let's cross over live to see what's going on in the headlines. And for that, we need Chris. Welcome, Chris. What you got there?
Hello, Tita James. Good afternoon, Titoclockers. It's another awesome Friday, and now it's time for your Titoclock news. Secretary Silvestre Bello III announced that the Department of Labor and Employment will come out with an order today stating that all workers nationwide will be getting the 13th month pay this holiday season. Dole has said that even the firms that have folded up due to the coronavirus pandemic are still mandated to grant their workers final pay, which includes the 13th month. According to Bello, Dole is seeking funding from the Department of Finance for the implementation of the subsidy program for micro, small, and medium enterprises. Defend Jobs Philippines, or DJP, welcomed the Dole's decision, assuring workers of their right to enjoy the mandated benefit during the pandemic. DJP reiterated their position that the government must allocate funds to subsidize in-distress MSMEs in order for them to comply with the payment of the 13th month pay to their workers and employees. The labor group urged the Duterte administration to focus on generating more jobs and provide adequate aid for millions of retrenched Filipino workers. Sinovac, China's candidate vaccine for COVID-19, has been cleared by a panel of experts for phase 3 clinical trial in the Philippines, possibly by November. Food and Drug Administration Director General Eric Domingo said the Vaccine Expert Panel, or VEP, of the Department of Science and Technology on Monday gave the required clearance for pharmaceutical company Sinovac Biotech Limited. The next step for Sinovac is to secure approval from the Single Joint Research Ethics Board of the Department of Health before applying for clearance from the FDA. VEP reviews phase 1 and 2 clinical trials of the candidate vaccine, while the Ethics Board evaluates the selection for trial participants. FDA cannot start any study without Ethics Board approval. Domingo said that FDA evaluation on Sinovac for clinical trials upon approval of the Ethics Board should take 14 to 21 days. Start of the clinical trial depends upon Sinovac's completion of all requirements. Social media personalities Frankie Pangilinan and McCoy Dubs will be the guest speakers at the Virtual Children's Rights Summit this coming Saturday. The summit, entitled My Space, My Rights, is organized by the European Union delegation to the Philippines. The virtual event aims to educate children in the Philippines about their rights in accordance with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. Frankie, who kickstarted the hashtag Iha Ako anti-rape culture movement, will open the event. Mark Aberilla, who has made a name as McCoy Dubs, will deliver the closing keynote speech. Lawyer Maria Jela Moran from Know Your Rights Philippines will give a synthesis and response to the output of the summit participants. Thomas Weersing, charge of the affairs of the European delegation to the Philippines, said that although the global pandemic has caused an abrupt shift to online learning, the digital platform has also given us a unique opportunity to reach a wider group of students. And those were the headlines for today. Let's have Tito James back so that we can take a look at the inbox.
What you got there in the inbox? My favorite / worst part of the show. I get so stressed.
All right.
Break it to me gently.
Yep.
What we got there?
Okay, we have 3 items. First one is a photo of 2 guys who have helmets, but they don't use it.
Of course they use it. You know how sensitive elbows are. Have you ever hit your elbow? It really hurts.
Oh yeah, it does. It does
see?
have a funny bone there. So yeah, you may need it.
We're being
That's
we're,
awesome.
we're being funny ourselves because that is not where you put your helmet. But I guess you already knew that, judging by seeing that, unless you are one of those sweet potatoes yourself, which you're not, because if you're watching Titoclock, you're smart, you know what's going on, and you know not to do that. Next.
That's right. Next up, we have the video of an awesome vigilante driver. We have a lot of vigilante drivers nowadays.
You know, we got to be careful with this one because, it's, we got to be careful because you don't want to condone violence, right? But the human inside of me, how can you not find this mildly satisfying? I mean, like I said, not to condone it, not to say that you should go out and do this, but come on. And I can say this now in hindsight, knowing that these 2 idiots, camotes, yeah, we don't want to insult idiots, right? So these 2 camotes and were actually okay afterwards, meaning that they tried to run. So they didn't die. So, okay, now I can say this with not as much of a guilty conscience because they were actually apprehended, supposedly. And there's a video I saw where they actually got up and tried to run. But of course, they're hurt, and rightfully so. But yeah, so this one wore out the replay button. It single-handedly, I think, broke that RIP replay button, like they said, because it just got Gus with people watching it and replaying it.
Yeah, that's true. Right. I would play that all over again too.
I have it on loop, my screensaver. But don't do that.
Okay, last one we have is the trash collected inside a manhole.
Oh yeah, this was sent to me by a friend. I'm not sure. Yeah, a friend of mine sent this photo to me, and it's just a very an accurate illustration about responsibility when we talk about flooding all the time. And yes, the government does have its share of work to do, but so do we. We can't expect any government, I don't care what country you're in, to have a flood-free city when we throw garbage like that into the waterways. It's going to be an endless battle. And this is disgusting.
We also need to be disciplined.
Absolutely.
That's, one of the important things.
Like road safety, the environment is everyone's responsibility. You cannot just sort of assign that to somebody or one person or organization. Everyone plays a role. So we all have to look out for that. So guys, please, if you just take care of your immediate area, don't get overwhelmed. Just your immediate area, because if everybody just took care of the 1 or 2 or 3 meters around their person, we would have a spotless society, because I don't think there's more than 3 meters per person in the Philippines. Well, at least in the major cities.
It all starts with us, so they say. It all starts with us.
Absolutely. And we've only got one Earth. So if that's all we've got, thank you very much.
Have.
All right.
Thank you, Tito James.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good weekend. That was Chris with the latest in headlines. And of course, what gets into our inbox. We could only fit 3 because, like I said, we got so much to do today. And when I say so much, I'm talking like we've got 2 guests, and we still have to squeeze in what everybody loves on a Friday, which is our Free Plug Friday. And for that, we cross over to XX. What you got in the box there?
Hi, Tito James. We actually have a lot in store for today. But before we go there, I just want to say hi to all the Titoclockers and welcome to another edition of Free Plug Friday. All right, guys, feast your eyes on the screen. Let's start by washing our hands with these beautiful and colorful liquid hand soaps from Love Anita. So Love Anita has branches in Marikina and Quezon City that offers locally made perfume-inspired hand soap with a reusable glass pump. Tito James, which one of the scents did you like the most? They sent so many. Yeah.
Fresh bamboo. So I'll maybe next week and you can ask me again about it because I want to try each and every one of them.
All right. For me personally, I love the scent of the Bombshell and the Weekend so far. So hope you guys can check them out. Love Anita on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to AA's Kitchen. So AA's Kitchen is actually named after the owner's son, Adam Arshad.
Okay. Is it like a quarantine bake thing? Is it one of those pivots, or is it a long-running business?
Well, it's actually a pivot, but not for business, but it's because their son loves pastry so much.
Okay.
So they decided to bake for their son instead of buying something off the shelf.
At least you know what you're putting in there, right?
That's true, Tito James. So they have control over the ingredients of what they put in. And at the same time, since this family loves going to Boracay and eating the calamansi muffins
those are the guys. Okay,
yes,
now.
Tito James.
Oh, yeah. My first calamansi muffin experience.
So now they decided to bake their own version of the calamansi muffins that they've been having in Boracay. Tito James, how did you find it?
In a word, refreshing. I really liked it.
To be honest, I've had the calamansi muffins every time I go to Boracay, and it actually tastes pretty much the same.
Ooh,
but guys, it's like a taste of Boracay in the palm of your hand.
That's saying something.
And another thing that I would like for you guys to try, because I recommend this highly, is their sushi bake.
Yes, that's the one with the little tuna flakes on the top,
Yes,
but they were like
absolutely.
very dried tuna flakes. So it gave it that. Oh, it's really nice because there was cheese and it felt very fusion, very like California macaroni without the mango.
That's true, Tito James. Actually, that's also good to try. So hope you guys can check them out. Price starts at 300 pesos for a box of 6 for the calamansi muffins and 250 pesos for the baked sushi. Hope you can check them out. AA's Kitchen on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to Mama's Cooking Good. Mama's Cooking Good is the home of the premium baked cream cheese spaghetti that's loaded with meat. Since I don't eat meat, Tito James,
how
did you find it?
I don't know. You got to ask Rocket. It was like I had to spend half the time running around hiding it from him. So it is a very cheesy bake. It's a little on the sweet side, so it's more towards the Pinoy style, and it's got that party feel to it. So great for parties,
Definitely.
I would say. Yeah.
Definitely, guys. So price starts at 580 pesos for the small tray. And I think this is good for about 6 people already.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Hope you can check them out. Mama's Cooking Good on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to Bake Fresh Everyday. Bake Fresh Everyday is a home-based baker in Makati who sent us their best-selling cassava cake with ube halaya. Oh my gosh, Tito James, I think I saw Rocket trying to grab it from you again.
Okay. He grabs everything.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's like, but yes, he's this one in particular,
there.
he went for it. I don't know, maybe it's a stickiness or something.
It's a smell.
Maybe.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It does, and it tastes really good too.
Yeah.
It's got a very native, authentic feel to it. So I like the idea of putting a scoop of ice cream.
I agree.
With like heating it up.
Yes.
And then if you sprinkle like cheese on top of that as well.
It's gonna be like an a la mode version of the cassava cake. Oh, hope you guys can check them out. They also have other products like crinkles and peachy peachy. Price starts at 100 pesos. Can you believe that? For the cassava cake. Very reasonable. Hope you can check them out. Bake Fresh Everyday on Facebook and Instagram. Now, Tito, I'm really parched. I think this calls for a drink, right?
That's the thing. Is it a drink or is it a dessert?
All right, guys. So we have the Mango Mentality from Taguig. Save the day with their best-selling drinks such as the Mango Graham Shake, Mentality Overload, and the Mango Cheesecake Shake. Which one did you like the most, Tito James?
I tried the original. If you're looking for a mango cooler,
Yeah.
It's not that. This is like a shake, and it's like a dessert, but it's also like a drink that you can, but you need those big straws. But it's good. It's very filling.
Yeah, the mango graham shake. So I saw Rocket trying to get a sip from your drink. My gosh, that boy never stops.
I'm starting to feel a little bit like I see a pattern here.
What's a pattern?
Well, Free Plug Friday, there's always food and stuff, and he always shows up.
Well, yeah, I think that's what he's really born for.
It's just there's like I'm not accusing anyone, but yes, he looks guilty. He's just always here when there's food.
Oh no. All right, guys. Price starts at 50 pesos for each cup of the Mango Mentality. Hope you can try the best-selling flavors such as the Graham Shake, Mango, the Mentality Overload, and Mango Cheesecake Shake. All right, Mango Mentality on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to Sato. Sato offers these timeless, minimalist, handcrafted leather goods such as the Apple AirPods Pro case.
I love this. Thank you. Thank you. This was so nice because I'll tell you why. I haven't, it's been hard to find a Apple AirPod case
Yes,
that I like because there are some that I like, but they add bulk.
a lot of bulk. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's already a bulky piece to put into your pocket. So anything that adds that extra, just a little bit of extra thickness is a problem. This was really nice. It is like it's almost, I mean, it's a second skin. It's beautiful, and I love the color.
It fits perfectly.
Perfect, and it's got room for charging. Huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So Tito blue color.
Yes.
Yeah. So they
Nice
also have
snug fit.
All right. They also send in these. They also sent in the Datu, which is their money clip. It's a classic that they even personalized for you, Tito James, including the color. How sweet is that?
Oh, that is awesome. Thank you. Thank you. This is so elegant. And you
And-
know what? And but wait, there's more.
All right, Tito James, break the news to them.
All right. Today's Titoclockers. Do I have to modulate when I do that or
Tito
no?
James, not really, but feel free to do so.
Okay, so we are giving away, the folks from Sato are giving away this beautiful, it's called the Datu, and it's this elegant, very minimalist money clip and
Card holder.
little card holder. It is
Very
so
nice.
nice, especially that we don't have to go out and carry everything with us anymore
That's
because we don't go out as often.
That's right.
This is the perfect thing to put into your pocket if you don't want all that bulk. So we're giving away one
One,
premium item here, and so very, very excited. Are we drawing that today?
we're enjoying it after the show, Tito
Really?
James.
Wow,
Yes.
okay,
Good
so
luck
that's-
to everyone out there. All right. Next up, we have the Bag Whiz. So another Free Plug Fridayer sent in their money clips made of full grain leather that comes in different colors, such as the brown Napa, brown oil pull-up, and the black Napa finish. It's also thin enough to fit in your pocket, Tito James. Which one did you like the most?
Okay,
Color.
let's run through them right now. They're really
Yeah, we're gonna run through them right now, Tito James. So which one did you like the most among these?
they're all really elegant, aren't they? And I'll take the dark brown.
And what's nice also as well is they also send in like a what's this? Tito James?
That's a coin purse.
That's a very cute coin purse, Tito James. It's very small. You wouldn't even imagine that it's a coin purse. But anyways, guys, hope you can check them out. The Bag Whiz on Facebook and Instagram. Well, guys, that's all we have for this week's edition of Free Plug Friday. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out. This is X. Bye.
Well, thank you very much, X. That was awesome. That is Free Plug Friday, and it happens every Friday, obviously, because it would be pretty weird if we put in another day and still call it Free Plug Friday. But basically, the gist of Free Plug Friday is if you have a small business or, basically we're trying to support small businesses. So that's the goal. If you could just basically, you have something to promote and you don't have any budget, just send it over and we will take care of the rest for you. We'll produce it, we'll help you out, and we'll plug your store as well. Let's just start a little bit to help kickstart the local economy by getting these small businesses to sort of spend local and keep the money generating locally until it sort of gets back to the normal that we were once used to. So there you go. Free Plug Friday. Go through Instagram, not through Facebook, because it kind of gets lost in the wash. If you do, go to Deaconitis, and X will take care of the rest, and Rocco will probably eat whatever you send. So I may not even get to see it. I'm just giving you fair warning for that. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm all dressed up, and you know what happened there? Well, because we have a very, very special guest today, and I don't want to mess around with this guy because he is the head honcho of one of the top car companies, not just in the Philippines, but all around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome live from wherever he is? Oh, I don't know where it is, but please welcome Atsushi Najima-san. We're supposed to play rock music. Najima-san, hello.
Hi, hi, James.
Hey, look,
Hi.
I'm dressed up for you.
Yes.
I actually
you
got dressed
wear the
for you.
tie, so
Well, you know, it's a very important thing to talk to the head of Nissan. So I thought I'd dress up. And but you know what? I think maybe it's Friday, so we can dress down. What do you think? You don't have a tie today, so maybe I'll just do this. Yeah. Okay, there you go. What are you saying? you need a Zoom suit. That's what you need. These
yeah,
things
okay,
here. you
There
just
I'll do.
put on.
No.
Najima-san, welcome to the show. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me to your evening show today.
Well, thank you also for inviting me to the driving range and teaching me how to hit a golf ball, not so embarrassingly. So thank you for that as well. Najima-san,
Yes.
you recently participated and were one of the presenters of the EV Summit that just
Yes.
happened not so long ago. What were your takeaways? What did you learn from that? Where are we in terms of EV in the Philippines?
Yeah, obviously. So I joined the EV Summit last year as well. Then gradually, interest as well as attention to electric vehicle in the Philippines is increasing gradually. Then also, even personally, I got a lots of questions from our customers as well as media. Then also journalists. Then that's why also we are ready to introduce our Nissan Leaf in the Philippines. Then also I want to also give uh, superiority of electric vehicles to our customers.
All right. Well, yes, that's we're very excited about the EVs in the Philippines. Have you gotten a price point yet, or is it a little too early to share that with us?
Yeah, still a little too early. We'll make a probably announcement by the end of this fiscal year, so early next year, calendar year.
All right. Well, you know what? We're all very excited for that, and we'll have you back on the show as we get a little bit nearer to it, because this is going to be a new era for motoring. But right now, we are in a very strange era, not just for motoring, but for everything. Right?
Yeah,
2020 has been quite the year, and Nissan was on a absolute what they call a burner. I don't know if you've heard that saying before, but you went from down the bottom of the rankings. I think you were number 7 or 8. Now then you hit 3. Did you even hit
yes.
number 2? Did you hit number 2 at one point, or is it 3? Your trajectory was so high. What happened there with the pandemic? How did this affect you? Have you lost that momentum? How were you able to regroup and use that?
No, not really, because we in the beginning also pandemic also we focus on safety and healthy of our employee as well as customers and our dealer network. So that's why also we are wondering when we should restart our businesses. So that's why in the May or those in the beginning is very low. But once a country is also really eased also restrictions as well as economy is coming back, then also we started the businesses. Then with our core models, pickup as well as SUV, then we are back to number 3 already now.
Back to number 3. Congratulations, because that is certainly that was a difficult spot. I mean, the rise from where you were. I know that when I mentioned number 6 and 7, that was way before your time, but that just wanted to show the picture of Nissan's rise in the industry, because it's always been a very strong name in the Philippines. And then you came in with some incredible products. So let's walk through some of your product lines at the moment. What are your strongest sellers? Is it the Terra, or are you seeing a change in pattern? Are we going for the smaller cars now? What's happening in that space?
Yeah, our main model is number 1 is Terra. Navara is a pickup. This is roughly our half of our business is Navara. Then we have a couple of unique points. Is we call this is a smart and tough pickup. Then this is also we have a couple of unique points. We say we have one point is multiple link rear suspension. This is also provides a smooth as well as less bumpy also driving without compromising the loading capacity. So this means this is a pickup toughness with SUV comfort drive. So that's why this is what we are providing in Navara. Then we are number 1 or number 2 in the segment. That's number
And
1. Then
you're the only
yes,
ones in that segment that are using the coilovers still, aren't you?
yes, that's
You're still
correct.
the only
This is
one.
multiple rear
Yes,
suspension we call. Yeah. Then
yes. And
also that's number 1. Also second is also Navara has only the car in the segment has a around view monitor. This is also easier driving as well as especially tight spaces and also off-road driving. So this is 2 unique points. Is also make our differentiate Navara versus other pickup segments cars.
okay. And so, do you see any growth in smaller cars? What are you seeing in that space?
Yeah, small car is especially in the pandemic period is
Mhm.
also bank approval is also very critical for this industry in the Philippines. Then bank approval rate is unfortunately lower now, so that's why segment or market is skewed to low end products. So A segment or B SUV, but I think after probably in the next couple of months, economy is coming back. Next year is also forecast is or GDP is 5 or 6 or 7% growth. Then market is gradually going back to the normal stage. So that's why I think in the past couple of months as well as next couple of months, maybe small car is very popular. But in the end, I think we are coming back to mid to large cars as well.
Okay, and the 8-year-old boy in me wants to just thank you for the 370Z Nismo that you're bringing in.
Yeah.
What prompted you to bring that model in? Why did you what was the what were you noticing in the space that got you to bring that? Because it's a big decision.
Big decision, but also originally we brought GTL to the Philippines. Then also surprisingly, GTL was so famous for enthusiasts in the Philippines, motor enthusiasts. So that's our sales is much higher than we expected originally. So that's why this is a premium or high end of sports car. That's why also 370Z is I would say middle range of authentic sports car out of our product portfolio. So that's why we decided to bring 370Z to make sports car more accessible to the Filipino customers.
So, are you seeing in some ways some resurgence in that space? Are people starting to get excited again about sports cars? Because a lot of people are feeling that traffic now, they're getting a little bit, they're trying to go more practical. But do you see a push
Hmm.
that they're actually investing in this space so that they can enjoy the love of driving once again?
Yeah, still, I think car enthusiasts continue to see those sports car. Then Compessa is also bringing different products in the market. So that's why sports car itself is probably very exciting in the Philippines. So that
Wonderful.
is, yeah. So therefore, of course, because of pandemic, those segment is slightly down, but still, I see a lots of demand and customers' excitement in those sports car segment.
Wonderful. And you know what? I think what for me, what makes the Nissan sports cars so unbelievable is the bang for the buck. Because when you look at the GTR and you see the performance versus the price, you normally need to pay 2 to 3 times more for a European car to get the same kind of performance. So if it's just sheer raw power and performance you're after, nothing really comes close to a GTR. And then the Nismo fits a little bit just underneath that. So it provides the same sort of experience, but just a slightly lower entry point for that, but still a great car.
Yeah,
Let's
as you
jump.
mentioned,
Oh,
so
yeah. Sorry. No, please.
sorry, if we think about the performance versus cost performance is probably I think Japanese car is much better than other countries' car. Then also Nissan is one of the Japanese company. Also, we are providing probably better proposition than better cost performance to the customers.
Wonderful. Let's shift gears a little bit. And outside the product line, obviously, the most important thing for Nissan, I believe it or not, it's not the cars, it's the people, right? Because it's the people
Yeah.
that make the brand happen. And you've had a lot of stakeholders involved in this. How have you been taking care of their health and safety during this time?
Yeah, so probably as same as other companies, but also we are making sure our employee, customer, then dealer people, their health and safety is our top priority since pandemic. So we lockdown period is also we manage those work from homes. Then even still now is we manage 20 to 30% our people coming to the office. Then rest stay in the home and they work from home as of now. Then
What
also
what
those employee come to the office. Also we are providing a vehicle transportation services to make sure they are away from COVID-19.
How much of this do you think will stick when whatever the old normal comes back? Do you think that you'll see a shift in transportation requirements or car purchases, or do you see it going back to normal with those trends that we had before the pandemic?
Probably, I think it takes probably a couple of years going back to completely before pandemic. Because
Mhm.
if we think about now, safety means I think sanity or those safety
Mhm.
is probably some. If you can afford to the car, I'm sure people buy car then to secure the private mobility vehicle mobility is probably better for safety. So that's still, I think, even probably COVID cases in now 2,000, 3,000 per day, new cases, but even this decrease 100 or so, or even zero, maybe people's some concerns on COVID-19 will continue, I guess.
Were during 2003, were you stationed in Japan, or where were you at that time? The reason I'm asking is because of SARS.
SARS time 2003 is just I before I came to Manila in Japan.
Okay, so you were at the pretty much not the epicenter, but you were close to the epicenter of that pandemic. Do you see any similarities and anything we can learn from that, at least economic wise, on the recovery?
This one is all, yeah, I think this is primarily China or those specific areas, but this time pandemic is literally globally.
Global, yeah.
So yeah, so that's the impact is much bigger than I think much deeper, I feel.
Crazy. So nothing we get. It's not really a fair comparison. So I'm just hoping that we could get some slivers of information, something we could learn from it. But I think we've learned quite a lot already on how you've been able to steer the company from to bring it back to its former glory, because Nissan has been a household name here. Everybody knows Nissan for, well, their performance, but of course a lot of people remember their aircon. You ask any,
Yes,
you still get that. That's
yeah,
what we call brand recall. I mean, when even 30 years later people are talking about, get a Nissan, the aircon's really cold.
yes. That's also important in the Philippines, Filipino
Absolutely.
customers. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we will leave it there. Is there any parting words you'd like to leave people with? Anything you'd like them to know on behalf of Nissan? Do you have any final words for
Yeah.
everybody?
Yeah, thank you. So, James, then for what I want to communicate is also in Nissan is also we are providing entire car life satisfaction to the customers, not only vehicle sales but also after sales services. In general, customer will drive a car after the purchase 5 to 7 years in average in the Philippines. Then we want to make sure our car superiority as well as service superiority. Then I want to give a full satisfaction to the car users, also our customers, for entire their car life. Then that's number one. Then also we want to bring more innovation, more products to the Philippines. Then we have a GTL as well as back to low small cars. So we have a wide range of product portfolio. Then we want to satisfy our customers as much as we can.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, please thank Atsushi Najima-san. Thank you very much, and more power to you guys. Oh, we cut him off. Ah, well, I know he's back. We didn't want to cut you off, so we'll let you say goodbye.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Atsushi-san. Okay, now
you.
from the suit, I'll send you the suit. Don't worry if you want. If you really need a Zoom suit, it's perfect. Okay, and now speaking of now switching suits and stuff like that from my Zoom suit, it's now time to switch hats, because my next guest is, of course, the head honcho of the top tire company in the Philippines, Mark Taglin.
Hello.
Hi, Mark. You see, you like the hat?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Depends
Can
on
you
how. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. It depends how the interview goes. I may even raffle one off for you to you. You might get a free cap, Mark. Just answer the questions according to the script, and you too could walk away with this podium cap from Bridgestone.
I'll try to not deviate from the answers.
All right, Mark. Here we go. It's good to see you. Firstly, we've been friends for a long time outside of business, so it's nice to see you. Welcome to the show. I haven't seen you or spoken to you during this whole pandemic. How weird has it been for you, and how have you guys been adjusting? Let's start with that.
Well, I mean, first of all, 2020 is one of the most years for everyone. Of course, business, health, family, all of those are important. But when it comes to business, uh, 2020 is about survival. We're not here to make money, but we're here to make sure our network of dealers are healthy, and to be honest, we haven't even laid off any of our employees. In fact, we advanced their 13th month pays and mid-year bonuses during the pandemic. So for me, it's very short-sighted to really cost cut immediately, because next year is just around the corner, so it's just about really survival for us.
Wow, that's pretty amazing that you've not only just not had to retrench, but you've actually advanced the 13th month pay. I like the way you're thinking, Mark, because I'll share a personal thing here, and I know you know this, but to those who don't, one of the best ways that you proved that was during the start of Titoclock, when this show came on board. You came in with full support, as you know, and you came in not selling anything. And I remember asking your team, and I went, "So okay, but you can't sell any tires. Nobody's moving, right?" And they go, "We were never selling tires. We were selling peace of mind. We were selling safety. We were selling our commitment to our customers. And now that they need us, that's when we want to be there for them. Not necessarily with a tire, but just to be there. The tire is afterwards. It's the brand promise that you were delivering on." So living testament to that. That's been great. What do you think you've done differently, if anything, on why you were able to not have to retrench and see this bigger picture?
Honestly, first of all, the board trusts me, and my idea is number one. Number two, we're lucky enough to be around for almost 70 years. So it's very short-sighted. And we've gone through a lot of adversity. Of course, this is one of the biggest adversities that we've had. But it's very short-term if you're going to say lay off the people. You're actually, now you see how valued an employee is in an organization. It's when you should show your love back to your employees. And in the end, that will make them even more efficient, more productive, more loyal, if there's such a thing. And also our dealer networks. We've also supported them by extending payment terms, for example, right? I just won't go into the number of days that was extended, but during the lockdown, we've also done that to elevate the financial stress, and in the hopes of them also not having to close shop and retrench people. Remember, the more people that lose their jobs, the economy tanks. So we're just trying to do all our small part to help our country and to help the economy survive.
That's wonderful. Did you shift to this output based versus attendance based? Did you make any shifts there?
To be honest, that's a very good question. And that's one of the things I discussed with the management team. What COVID has taught me is that efficiency over work time in the office. Because obviously, during the first lockdown, it was a lot more strict, right? So there were only a few people in the office. So it shows me how efficient people can be and think outside the box. So for me, the silver lining of COVID is that I've realized which employees are really excelling at this very difficult situation. So it's actually giving you more time management. In fact, I told some members of our board that I don't really care if you're here from 9 to 5, 9 to 7. If they can do their work at their homes within 1 hour, the rest is their family day, and to take care of their health. And COVID has also made us appreciate the more simple things in life. Number one is our family, right? Providing for our family and also our health. Because without our health, what can all the money in the world be to any of us, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So yes, there's a big shift for us internally.
I love to ask this question to any industry, and I'll ask you the same thing. If the old normal was to return tomorrow for, just somebody waved the wand and everything. There's a vaccine and we're good, right? What learnings or things that have happened during COVID would you want to actually take forward? Like for me, I kind of like the whole, as much as it drives me crazy, this whole Zoom thing has solved the bigger problem of meetings, and small talks. What about you in business? Is there anything you'd say, wow, I'll take that forward?
I think I'm pretty old school in some ways because, as you know, I don't only run Bridgestone. I work for our family, and I'm old school in that I also would like to have business dealings in person. So that's something I missed during COVID. But obviously, with the advent of a faster internet, we have WebEx or, like you say, Zoom. That also makes it easier for people to work at home. And like I said, working from home, I feel the employees can contribute more because they're with their families, there's a work-life balance. So I guess to answer your question, what I would like to bring, the learnings after COVID is that assuming there's a vaccine tomorrow is that there should be a better work-life balance so that people can contribute more.
Okay, so it's sort of like a hybrid system. You take a little bit out of both and create the perfect.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can dig that. Also on your social media, I've been monitoring what you've been posting and stuff like that. I'm talking about the Bridgestone, not your personal, because I can't share the personal one because we have children watching this show. And the NPRC, I think, still rates internet now, so we can't. All right, but on Bridgestone, you guys have been doing a lot of CSR work. I've been looking at when are they going to sell tires? What's the strategy there? And then talk us through that CSR you're doing right now with the Hope Business for Good.
Okay, the 3+1, to be honest, we've done it before. But for this year, we put a spin on things because, again, as a big company and as a tire leader in the Philippines and in the world, you have to set those examples for everyone to follow in. For example, we believe in education. The kids are the future of the Philippines. The better their education, the better people will be equipped in their jobs or in their future, right? So for us, it seems like a perfect fit to support Hope because you're giving classrooms. Unfortunately, COVID right now, you don't have those, right? But eventually, you'll be needing those again. So that's why we said what CSR haven't we done. And education is very, very important, personally to me and to members of our company.
Well, I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way.
Did you sing the whole verse?
I need to drop in the beginning. It's like, this is very deep, Tito James, but now it sounds familiar. Okay. A lot of people, I mean, in the industry, you're well known for this, but I want to share it with people outside the industry. For those who think Mark Tagle is a suit, he's just one of those corporate guns that come in and run companies. You are not even arguably, I wouldn't even put an argument, even more of an enthusiast than I am. Talk us through your love for cars. Where did that start? Because you have really amazing machines. And boy, when you go to a dealer to spec out a car,
Yeah.
you leave that salesman with an ulcer because you're really meticulous. Talk us through it. When did that start?
I don't know. I grew up with my grandfather, who's our chairman now. Of course, he's pushing 90. So I grew up with him. He's like my dad. And then he loves cars. So it's natural of me to, of course, we started from Matchbox, remote controlled cars. Then eventually, when I was old enough, I'd always be riding with them. Then, of course, when I was younger, I couldn't really afford my own car. So he'd have his cars that I would borrow just to impress people. Of course, when you're a kid, you're like, anyway, let me borrow my dad's or Lolo's car and impress your barkada, right? So,
Okay.
and then also I'm exposed to the automotive industry because of Bridgestone. So honestly, I've been around cars all my life. So it's impossible that I don't like it. That's why I love it so much. And that's why I guess I also love my job. Although we're just the tire portion of it, it has something to do with the automotive industry.
Okay, I'll put you in the spot. And I know you have a brand to protect here, but try not to be biased for just a little while. One
Mhm.
car for the rest of your life. One car for the rest of Mark Douglas' life. What would
car?
you do? Yeah, I mean, you can replace it every year in the month, okay? But one car.
Dream car. Your dream, like the ultimate dream car. No bias.
It's got to kind of be an all-rounder too. Huh? Okay, no, let's do two. One all-out dream car doesn't need to be practical. The other one has to be service everything.
An everyday car, most practical, that it'll never break you down.
Or that you love. You love it. I mean, it's up your priorities, right?
I don't know if I'm being unbiased. We supply so many tires to so many brands. I don't know how this is going to be taken. But anyway,
Martin, right? You still have Aston Martin, right?
And McLaren.
So, without being biased, what would you get? One car.
One car. Weekend car. Can I have two?
No.
It's too hard. It's too hard. Honestly, if money were no object, McLaren F1 LM.
Wow. Okay. And what about a daily driver?
Nothing beats a Land Cruiser. A Toyota Land Cruiser. I mean, like my wife said, I can sell all the cars in the garage, including my toys, but she would kill me if I sold the Land Cruiser.
I feel you. I feel you there. I totally understand. Before we let you go, Mark, Vios Cup, motor racing, motorsport. I know we've had a crazy year, but are you still in that line of thinking? Are you still supporting the motorsport in the Philippines?
Definitely. That's also one of the projects that we will continue pursuing. We've been there since the first year, and as long as it's around, I think we'll be supporting it all the way.
Wonderful. It's something I certainly miss. I can't wait to get back on the track.
It's so much fun. I mean, from what it was when it first started up to what transformed. I mean, racing on the streets, it's quite different. It's very different, and it's for me a good grassroots racing, not too expensive to get into, and also because motorsports, to be honest, prior to the Cup wasn't so strong, so it's a good place to get your kids into. Kids need this discipline in sports to excel also, and to keep them out of trouble. So we fully support this.
Isn't that ironic? To keep your kids out of trouble, go and race this car, son. Stay out of trouble.
No, but for you to win, you need to practice.
And you need to be disciplined.
Exactly. You can't go out drinking and having late nights, right?
Not at all. And in fact, if anything, I've always supported the motorsport for safety precisely because it teaches you the limits. It teaches you to respect speed. Because once, we have this perception of speed, we watch movies and stuff. And if you love cars like I do, and you'll go through your first few years thinking you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and you usually race around the pole or something like that. I've had my fair share of that. And it was only until I started getting behind the wheel on a racetrack and learning and respecting the limits of a car that I started to really, truly get disciplined. So I support it for that. Before I let you go, I know I said that before, but what's the most pressing thing facing the tire industry right now?
To be honest, COVID has hit all industries across the board, some harder than others, right? As I said earlier, we supply Toyota, Isuzu, of course, Honda, which recently closed down. Mitsubishi, we used to supply. We're severely affected by that because of the line. But to be honest, like I said, it's something that will pass, and it's something that we should just try to survive. And like I read an article, one of the billionaires of the Philippines said, basically, write off your 2020. because it's just a matter of you surviving. And for us, dealer network wise, we're just trying to work with our dealers for them to also survive so that we get through this year. But the nice thing about it is in the last month or so, assuming that we don't go back into some sort of lockdown, we've seen our volume steadily come back to almost normal levels. So we see the light at the end of the tunnel. Let's just all hope that this thing will be over sooner than later.
Let's pray for that. Mark Tagle, thank you very much for joining us on the show. And also, on a personal note, thank you very much for supporting Titoclock. I don't know if you know how many lives you've actually helped. By doing so, you helped us provide a platform that gave a lot of comfort to a lot of people. And the best part is we didn't have to sell anything. We were just there when people needed them, and we couldn't have done that without your support. So thank you very much.
Sure, you're welcome anytime. I'd just like to add one thing. Aside from the Hope Foundation, the reason why we did the 3+1 for this year is we had a chance meeting with a company that provides jobs for the people that lost their jobs. So these are the people from Laguna. It's actually not in this ads, but the ones making those caps and freebie items are people that have lost their jobs. So we're really helping people who have lost their jobs survive through this pandemic. So that's something. Not the one in the poster, yeah. The one in the poster is made in Laguna.
Awesome. I can't thank you enough for doing that. And we'll have you back on the show very soon, hopefully when the racing starts again. Mark Tagle, ladies and gentlemen.
James, thank you.
All right, so that wraps up our, 2 guests, news, Free Plug Friday, inbox, and now, goodbye. See you later. Bye, everyone. See you. I can feel the hate. I can feel the vacuum. People are like, what? Tito James, are you kidding me? We came for the raffle. And not only that you came for the raffle, and I was just going to gag you like that, but now X is doing this, which means stretch, because there's just so many names. There's so many names to draw out that I can't read from here. Sorry. What's going on? I can only do one thing at a time. What are we doing? What's that? Different. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So we got 4 prizes. We got the Delonghi machine. Okay. Here we go. This is how it's going to work, right? We have that's 5 prizes. Don't worry. They'll be very clearly marked. All right. But I just want to give you a preview. We have the Delonghi machine. That's going to be first. Oh man, it should be last. We have the Christmas tree. You can switch it? Okay. We'll just, it'll be clearly marked. Don't worry. I'm giving you a rundown. Delonghi machine, a Christmas tree. This is a living Christmas tree that'll be drawn. The Liu Gong, can you hold that? Scale model. I love these things. These are so cute. Look at that. I got that normally. I keep that on my desk. So it's heavy machinery. We've got 2 of those. And we've got the Datu wallet, which is the one we showed on Free Plug Friday. Very elegant, very minimalist. Keep your cards and your cash in there. And then the last one, we have Nina tickets for the Nina concert as well. Told you it was jam-packed. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready? I should be asking. No, Rex is on stretch. So she's stressing out there because there's just, like I said, so many names to draw out. And I hope your name is one of them. And I know that you've been very patiently waiting. I also hope you learned a lot. You can tell I'm buying time, right? I hope you also learned a lot because our guests today, I mean, I'll be very honest with you. I know that sometimes some people are like, oh, they're corporate. I don't know if I relate to that, etc. But really, we wouldn't have had them on the show if I didn't see that they've done incredible things with their businesses. And they're really businesses I think that we can learn a lot from. Like Mark said, that they did not just have to lay off. They advanced the 13th month salary of their employees. Now, we're not trying to compare because if your business is not in the same position, but nobody's trying to compare, but we're trying to learn. We're trying to see what was there anything that you're doing that we could learn from? And what I saw, let's say with Mark, is they look a lot further down the line. You know that you're going to need those employees anyway, so just ride it out and then you'll get through it. He happens to run a very established company. It's been around for a long time, so maybe they have a bit more, they can resist, they have a bit more tolerance to that, but it's just inspiring to see. And same with Atsushi Najima-san, who came in from Nissan. That brand has gone from, at one point, it was really struggling down there. I think it was 6 or 7. in the beat. It might have even gone down less, but I definitely remember it around 6 or 7. And to climb up to number 3 and stay there, even during the pandemic, that's really something. I think that's a testament to the men and women there at Nissan. That's why we have them on the show, just so we can learn. We can get something, if you take a little sliver out and then apply it to your own life. All right, I'm getting stretch marks here, stretching any more than that. And I've already done my Zoom suit gag, and I can't do that anymore, right? So everyone's just, and I'm feeling the pressure from the crowd here because I'm seeing the comments going, Delonghi, why are you yapping? And of course, late breaking news, every winner will get a Bridgestone podium cap as well, courtesy of Mark Tagle and the rest of the Bridgestone guys and girls. So this is the official one. This is the one that only you normally get on the podium, and you get that exclusively only from Bridgestone. They're very, very protective about that model because that is their official podium cap. So, all right, I got the thumbs up. Woo-hoo! Ladies and gentlemen, you ready? Are you ready out there in La La Land? It's raffle time, baby! Woo! All right! Woo! It's rocking! Everyone, I think most people secretly just watching Rocket. Okay, Rocket, you know the drill, right? You know the drill. Let's press that button. Paul, boom. Okay, Rocket, move that so that people can see your hairy face. Rocket, official raffle dog. He is. That's for the Lugong. That's for the Happy Water. Rocket side. I think you ate all the food like spider food. Yeah, screenshot that, and so we have a record of that, but no, we have a record of it anyway. Congratulations. If your name happens to be one of those names on there, just send us a message and we'll hook you up. I know that we have some winners here. Not from this particular raffle. I saw Mirna Abrin. She won. I hope she gets her raffle prize because she won another raffle as well. And so did somebody win there? Did anyone jump out? Plus the Nina tickets. This is separate. We haven't done this yet. Okay. So these are for the Nina tickets, concert tickets. Oh, we've done them. All right. So we're redoing it. Okay. So this is the birthday virtual concert that we also just gave some tickets out to. And this is Nina Live. So go and check that out. If you didn't win, go and watch a concert. I'm sure it's a break from the norm. And that should be a lot of fun as well. So congrats again to all the winners. Super lucky. If you're out there, pop us a message right now. I want to see you on the screen right now. I think it would be awesome if we did. So if not, well, better luck next time. It's now exactly 6 o'clock. Look at this. With all the stretching, we made it bang on time. And that's all thanks to you for hanging around and staying with us today. We hope you can join us again next Friday for Titoclock. We'll have another stack of prizes for you and some great guests. Till then, stay safe. Wash your hands. Bye, guys.
Fancy meeting you in my internet. Couldn't help but notice your smile while everybody else around us is surfing about. Can we just stop and chat a while? Get away from these gray and boring, lonesome days of our quarantine. Early yet to say what lies ahead. It's just the first day of the rest of our lives. Love could be waiting at the end of this quarantine. Let's stop and talk a while. Let's stop and talk a while.